My name is Gabby and I'm going to be sharing how my family of 5 saves money, and hopefully by the end of the video you will have some tips and tricks to take away and store up your sleeve as well. Tip number 1, become an ultimate DIYer, and no ma'am, don't worry, don't be intimidated. I am not talking about crafty Pinterest projects here because I am not one of those moms. I'm definitely an Amazon Prime mom. Most of us are guilty of spending a few bucks here and there that don't seem like that big of a deal in the moment. Cough cough, I'm looking at you in the Starbucks line, girl, with your mom bun.
Thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you?
But truly, seemingly inexpensive daily purchases like going through Starbucks every single day really do add up. Why don't you try becoming a coffee DIY barista, invest in some really good coffee, and figure out how to make your own coffee recipes at home? Because seriously, look at the price of Starbucks coffees. They are a little ridiculous, and you can make coffee just as good at home. Tip number 2 is to unsubscribe from unnecessary services, and this one will blow your mind when you actually step back and look at how many things you are subscribed to that are kind of duplicate services. You're gonna be shocked. Who the frickety frack did I think I was? Paris Hilton with my Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Sling TV, kids app subscriptions. Like, girl, you don't have that kind of money, okay? So we kept our one streaming service and our one TV service, and that's it. That right there saves at least $60 a month. And while we are talking about TV services, you might want to consider switching over to a streaming TV service. Like, we have Sling TV and I absolutely love it, and I pay way less for Sling TV than I would for like Dish Network or whatever our local cable service is. So I would highly encourage you to check out the same, because you may be able to save yourself a couple bucks by doing that. And the same with music. Why did I feel the need to be subscribed to Pandora Radio, to Apple Music, to Spotify? Like, I don't need all 3 services. So now my ears are happy with the one streaming service that I have for music, and so is my bank account. Tip number 3 is to stop feeling like every form of entertainment that you provide for your kids has to come from an activity that requires you to spend money, because that's simply not the case. When the entire world basically shut down, our usual forms of entertainment were no longer an option. We weren't going to trampoline parks, we weren't going to outdoor parks, we weren't going to the pool, we weren't going to the movies, we weren't doing anything except being at home. So I really had to dig deep to my 90s kids roots and get my kids outside. And you know what I mean. If you were a 90s kid, or really any kid beyond this generation of children who are really into their devices and need a lot of stimulation in order to be entertained, you know what I'm talking about. Like, when I was a kid, it was all about just being outside and playing with my friends until my mom told me I needed to be home, which was usually at dark. Like, it was just a different time then, but I digress. When everything sort of shut down, I went back to my own childhood and I was like, you know what? I used to have fun as a kid outside with not a lot of toys, not a lot of stimulation. I just was outside with my friends. So that's what we got our kids doing. We got our kids outside on walks. We got them into our backyard. And really, even in the wintertime, they have spent quite a bit of time outside. We just bundle them up in their snowsuits and send them out to play, and they have a blast. Kids innately want to be outside. They want to play outside, but because we've sort of inundated them with technology and all these other things that they think they need in order to be entertained, they forget how to have fun outside with sticks and mud and leaves and just really basic stuff. What better time to grow a garden than right now? This year I'm super excited because my husband and I are going to build raised garden beds for our backyard. We're gonna grow things like potatoes, carrots, onions, herbs, all the good things that we would normally buy in the grocery store. We're gonna grow at home. We're gonna try our hand at urban homesteading. Growing your own food is good for you, good for your wallet, and good for the planet, so get to growing. And my final tip is to make your own household cleaners. This can save you quite a bit of money. I mean, the next time you go to the grocery store, I want you to look at how much you spend on buying disinfecting wipes or even multi-purpose cleaner. Look at how much you spend, and then I want you to go back home and I want you to try and make your own using something simple like vinegar, water, and essential oils, and compare the cost of doing so to what you would spend in the store on a typical cleaner, and you are going to be shocked, absolutely shocked. And not only that, The cleaners that you make yourself are going to be non-toxic, so it's good for you and again, good for your bank account. I hope some of the tips that I've shared today help you save a few pennies here and there along the way. Be well and spend wisely, my friends.